I am going to need booze to deal with this one. Joy Behar rips heterosexual men for supporting tackle football. You creatures of the XX variety, especially you pale ones. Verdomde vrouwmensen maken mansmensen maar anders. Now, I've said this before and I will say this again. I hate The View and I hate everyone who watches it. Except if you watch it to take the piss out of it, in which case that's fair enough. But I'll say this. I 100% believe The View is a psyops. Their job is exclusively to make people stupider. All they do is give the dumbest takes and bitch about conservatives or Republicans all damn day long. We don't like something, blame Group Red. That's it. That is all they do. If they don't make people dumber, it's at least to stir animus. Every time they go viral, it's because they said something stupid. Case in point. If someone told you they legitimately watch The View, tell me you wouldn't think their IQ is in the double-digit range. Everyone who's in that studio, aside from the host, of course, I wonder why, is masked up and boosted to the hills. Not Orwellian in the slightest, that one. 45% of Americans think that tackle football is appropriate. Heterosexual men voted the most support for kids doing football. And conservatives were more likely to support youth tackle football. Just saying, Behar said with disdain. Could we just take a moment to laugh at the irony of someone on The View talking about abstaining from an activity that's bad for your health? I'll tell you what, I'll take your request seriously when you voluntarily take your brain rot off the air. Now, this is all coming off the heels of Damar Hamlin, the 24-year-old who suffered cardiac arrest because of a blow to the chest, apparently, even though they do that all the time. Do you think they discussed the Fauci source or other random young, extremely fit athletes suddenly keeling over from cardiac problems? No, of course not, because that's racismus or climate change or some shit. I've been watching far too much Solid because that phrase is now stuck in my head. Now, one of the hosts did mention a kid sustaining a hamstring injury whilst playing. I wouldn't expect any of these harpies to know anything about human physiology looking at the size of them, let alone injuries, but hamstrings do not get torn from tackles, they get torn from running. I've been watching rugby for almost 3 decades now, never have I seen a torn hammy coming in from a tackle. I've seen head injuries, bad landings, busted shoulders, fair share of ACLs, which are never pretty, but never hammies. Well, let me tell you why they want to get rid of this. It's in this admission right here. I think a lot of mothers certainly feel that way and have felt that way for a long time, but it's the way my son describes it is. It's a family. It's a bonding experience that he had never had before. There it is, right there. It's a bonding experience that they do not understand. And they don't care to understand it because their aim is to weaken and destroy men. You know, when I read things like this, I can completely understand why there is a subsection of men that despise women, that see them as utterly destructive and they just want them to shut up and piss off. And I know that's not all women, by the way, especially the ones that like sport. I know there's a fair few ladies that would get just as irritated by this crap as I am because they understand that men have their own wants and desires and they're smart enough to know not to interfere with things they themselves do not understand. They know men need their own spaces as well. God bless you ladies, please procreate because you're like the queen in 300 who owns the Persian, saying only smart women give birth to real men. You're like that one. But when I see these ones, because of your weak, limp-wristed liberal ideology coupled with your gender, you see this activity and regress to, ooh, danger, yeah, safety, because you're a woman. That's how you're wired. We are not like you. Men see that and go, ooh, competitiveness, aggression, fun, because that's how we are wired. Women do not understand this. Men, especially high testosterone men, we have this built-in rage mechanism that doesn't just dissipate into the ether. It needs to manifest in some way, otherwise it sours into depression. We are made to be hunters, warriors, soldiers. We are the sex that expends physical force. Without it, we're not men. And spare me this crock of BS of, oh, you just need to get laid. Again, we are not you. That's how women are wired. Women who are frustrated need sex. Men who are frustrated need to smack the shit out of something. And before any sissy-ass wench says, oh, how barbaric, shut up, barbarism built Western civilization. I'm so sick of this bluntly obvious desire to weaken and emasculate men. I'm telling you blokes right now, if you have women around you that sees this expression of physical prowess as a problem, get them the hell out of your life immediately. Those things are toxic. Don't listen to these modern day freaking hippies. Eat red meat, eat the whole egg. Eat cheese, drink milk, drink whiskey. Lift weights, hit something. But read books too, because you need brains as well as brawn. And that is all for today. Thank you for watching and good hunting.